Coming up today on This Is True Really News, a Quora
We're doing
question.
another one?
Yeah.
My God, what is this, the 19th or 20th one we've done?
Yes.
Oh, good.
We have a great Quora question and 2 great answers.
I doubt it because I've
Coming
read
up.
some Quora things, so.
So,
I have yet to see a great question. I have never seen a good answer, so.
well, you should like these.
Okay.
Please like, subscribe, and follow. This is True Really News. Any one of those things helps the algorithm recommend us to other people, and it really, really does help us. Those likes have been fantastic. Thank you. Please keep it up, those of you who have been doing it. If you want to send us a story you think we might like, send it to titr@netradio.network. Ditto if you want to take us to task. Or you could just leave a comment in the comments section, but make it funny. Make it good.
Don't take us to Australia because we're afraid of snakes.
That's right.
Although Bones had the best quote. I find I'm much less afraid of snakes when Booth is not here to jump on for help.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
Well, she was on the spectrum, wasn't she?
She was.
Isn't that the deal? Yeah.
She was, but she was spectacularly good. She had some of the best lines. I find I'm much less afraid of snakes when Booth is not here to be jumped on. Just save me. Okay, carry on. Oh.
Yeah.
Remember Axe Body? Has Axe Body Spray lost its, is its moment past?
I thought it passed in the 80s.
It wasn't around in the 80s.
Well, see, my point.
I get your point. We've all seen the ads, right? Where the nerd, the guy that's own mother kind of winces when she has to kiss him goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
Sprays himself all over, and suddenly every girl in high school wants him.
Yeah.
For nefarious purposes. All I remember of you could always tell when someone was wearing Axe, no matter how much they used of it, you could tell they were coming a block off.
Oh, man.
It was a choking, musky smell.
And I don't like perfumey stuff anyway.
It does do some good. And I don't mean by masking the stench of a hormonal teenager either. It can help you raise sheep.
What?
Axe is good for raising sheep. Sheep farmers in the UK and elsewhere have discovered that a certain scent in the Axe body spray is incredibly useful for efficiently running their farms. It stops rams from butting heads and gets used to adopt orphan lambs.
Seriously?
Yeah, now I've got a really weird hillbilly conundrum in my head, but okay. It's Daddy. It's all due to one simple reason. The spray smells so overpowering it hides the sheep's natural hormones that alter their behavior. It blocks their sniffers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did they get snifferological types to come in and study it?
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder about those unwashed high schoolers now, though, doesn't it? Roughly 18 years ago, a British policewoman, Sam Bryce. Oh, sorry. No. Considering you could, that's a different story. Considering you could occasionally still smell the BO under the cloud of Axe with the teenagers.
Right.
I'm guessing the animals don't get that far.
Why do you still smell like your football socks?
There's a whole different commercial coming from Axe. And it's going to be bad. Or sad. Or just not good.
There we go. I was just waiting for the third one.
Yeah.
Quora question. Have you ever accidentally flashed someone? Have you?
Have I ever accidentally flashed someone?
Yep.
No.
I did one time when I was
I've been accidentally flashed, sort of. When I was going to the bathroom and the door wasn't closed tight.
Yep.
And I won't say her name because she would be so embarrassed she would roll up in a ball and die.
Okay.
But one of my granddaughters had grandma's camera, a little digital camera thing they were playing with, and she peeks around and goes, tick, tick. So there's 3 pictures of me. And as my daughter said, well, thank God there's no money shot, which of course led to an entirely different discussion with my daughter. Does that count?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Are you ready for the... I flashed you on purpose.
Yeah, you did.
So it doesn't count.
You broke me up on that one, didn't you?
Yeah, you actually turned off your microphone and swore at me a little bit.
I did. It wasn't a little bit.
So here's one of the answers. Once when I was 19, I lived in a tiny travel trailer behind my mother's house with my girlfriend. The trailer was at least 100 feet toward the back of the property. It was a weekday and I was off work. My girlfriend got up early to go to work around 7 a.m. I was sleeping naked. Less than 2 or 3 minutes after she left, I heard a knock at the door. Half asleep, I assumed she came back home because she forgot something or locked the door behind her and left her keys. I got out of bed, completely naked, opened the door and mumbled, "Did you forget something, baby?" to the UPS man.
Who said no? No. Just dropping. You have a pen so you can sign this?
Why did he walk all the way to the back of the property, my little trailer? He was looking for an address and no one was at home at the main house.
I'll do it.
One second answer. One warm Maryland summer back in the 1980s. I was driving down a country road on my motorcycle. I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt and doing a fair clip when a bee hit the inside of my leg,
Ow.
bounced up and under my shorts,
Ow.
and began to sting me.
Ow.
I hit the brakes and yanked the bike to the side of the road, fully focused on the bee and getting it out of my shorts. Dropping the kickstand, I jumped off the bike and yanked my shorts and drawers down. Too late to avoid getting stung, of course, but geez, had to get that sucker out of there. Found the bee, brushed it off. I was pretty focused on the task at hand and didn't look up till I actually pulled my shorts up.
Uh-oh.
Sitting at a stop sign across from me, in a small car,
3 nuns?
was a young strawberry blonde woman with a very curious look on her face.
One would wager.
Not sure if offended, horrified, or enjoying the show.
Probably bits of the first 2 and possibly a chunk of the last one. We don't know.
I smiled, shrugged my shoulders, and got back on my bike as she drove away. So, not exactly accidental, but certainly not planned.
Should be riding shorts when you're wearing shorts when you ride a bike anyway, dude.
Exactly.
If you had to lay that down, your road rash would be amazing.
Oh, it sucks. I've seen it. It's bad.
And it'd be worse than the bee stings. Idiot.
Overall. Except the bee sting could get your item of interest, and that would really suck.
Yep.
Swells up.
In 2014, the year right after 2013.
But before 2015.
Just slightly before, Surrey Nanosystem invented Vanta Black. The black is black, ever black. It's exactly how they wrote that sentence. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Many artists were looking forward to using the color that absorbed, are you ready? 99.965% of any visible light. That's
black. Wow.
When the sculptor Anish Kapoor bought the exclusive right to use Vanta Black artistically.
Why would you do that?
Because he'd be the only one that had it then.
Yeah, but why would the company allow it? It must have a sunset on it.
My guess is cha-ching.
Yeah.
Incensed, I say. And not the smoky,
not the smelly
kind. No.
Yeah.
British artist Stuart Semple developed the brightest, most garish pink color ever created and made it available to everyone. Well, not quite everyone.
Oh, these guys couldn't have it.
Yeah, Kapoor couldn't have it, who was explicitly banned from touching the stuff in its license agreement. Yet Kapoor somehow got his grubby little mitts on the stuff and made a mocking social media post about it.
That's pretty funny.
Even more upset, Semple developed yet another color. This one was Black 3.0, a black even blacker than Kapoor's Vanta Black, making his earlier black artistically pointless. That is a sentence I never thought in my life I would want to read or have to read.
But that's a good sentence. That's a good sentence.
The whole Spite-Fueled competition has now been rendered entirely pointless because in 2019, the guys at MIT revealed a black that suck up 99.995% of all visible light. So there, you petty bastards. Petty number 2,
Okay.
the Moriarty Monument. Daniel Moriarty was an Irish immigrant to the U.S. in the 19th century.
Oh.
Came from humble beginnings, worked his way up to become a rather successful and wealthy real estate magnate in New Orleans.
All right.
I'm sorry, in Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yet his money didn't bring respect. Well, no, because
He's Irish.
you know how old money is, man. They don't want to see new money. They want the new money. They just don't want to have to see the person with it. The area's other rich people scoffed, at Moriarty as they considered him a nouveau riche upstart.
It's so gauche that he has wealth and he accumulated it himself.
As you may have guessed, he should get his money the old-fashioned way. He should inherit it.
Which isn't true, by the way.
No.
Most people with a lot of money didn't inherit it.
And somewhere along the line, if you inherit a lot of money,
Yeah.
someone did a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, being ostracized as such never sat right with Moriarty. So when his wife Mary died in 1887, Moriarty took his chance to show up everyone who had humiliated him, and the petty came through. He spent the next 18 years constructing an enormous memorial monument to his late wife. The Moriarty Monument was finished in 1905. It's 80 feet tall, 4 statues that represent faith, hope, charity, and Mary herself, and has the name Moriarty plastered on its side in big block letters. Do you suppose that Daniel, climbed up once to look down on everyone else, or no? I expect from his perch he could look down on it. Number 3, the Tyler Spite House. See, we can be petty people.
I love
Dr.
that.
John Tyler, ophthalmologist, lived in Frederick, Maryland in the early 19th century. In 1814,
He took a little trip along with Colonel
No.
Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. Why not?
he was in Frederick, Maryland, dude.
Oh.
In 1814, he discovered the city planned to build a road through an empty plot of land that he owned, and he didn't like that idea.
Hmm.
So he started looking for legal loopholes that would allow him to stop the construction. Not all of it, just on his property. He found an old law dictating that roads could not be built on private land with a building. Didn't even need to be a complete building, just obvious progress toward one. So, oh yeah.
He got his Lego kit out.
Legos weren't invented for another few years, I'm guessing, in 1814.
Well, he could have been the progenitor.
No, Tyler hired a builder to break ground on the plot. When city officials came to inspect the property the next day, they found an incredibly smug Tyler pointing at the hole in the ground.
I'm building something here.
Well, that said, Tyler did end up building a house that he then rented out. It stands to this day. It is the Tyler Spite House. Wow. Oh, and if I may, the Lamborghini Spite story. Today, Lamborghini is a renowned manufacturer of,
Oh, yes. I know
we're
this.
talking very high-end sports cars.
You bet.
But few people know that the company was founded just to
Build tractors.
spite Ferrari.
Oh, the car company was. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
You see,
true.
the founder, Ferruccio Lamborghini, I didn't know he was Irish, had found success by manufacturing farm tractors.
Yep.
He loved Ferrari cars, even owned one, but wasn't satisfied with a rather mediocre clutch the car had. So he wrote a letter to Enzo Ferrari, yes, that Enzo, telling him, big fan, and suggested a couple improvements to the clutch based on his engineering knowledge. Ferrari didn't like Lamborghini, tractor boy, stepping out of line, and sent him back a letter suggesting he stick to his tractors. Thank you.
Yeah, you're strong like bull, smart like tractor.
Enraged, Lamborghini decided he would show that Ferrari who's what, and would build a better sports car.
At least a wider one.
1963, he founded his own car marquee with the help of ex-Ferrari employees who also had a bone to pick with their obviously prickly owner.
Hmm.
Just think, we have one of the greatest cars of all time because Ferrari pissed somebody else off.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that how
Oh,
Ford?
yeah.
Isn't that one of the big reasons Ford got into the racing thing, was because Ferrari was such an arrogant?
Well, Ford wanted to beat him, and that's where the Shelby Cobra came from.
Yes. Oh,
And that story is phenomenal. That is worth your watch.
there are movies.
Yeah.
There are documentaries.
Yep. It is fascinating. So Ronnie Tucker got a hold of a story he sent in
Well, that's good, because if he'd have sent us a story he hadn't got a hold of, it'd be a blank page, wouldn't it?
A woman allegedly wheeled a dead man into a bank in an attempt to take out a loan in his name.
Had she bitten him?
No.
Was she a snake?
Well, she might have been a...
No, she probably was a snake. Yeah.
Video published by the press in Brazil appears to show the man's head swaying limply back and forth before the woman stabilizes it with her hand at a bank counter in Rio de Janeiro. This is like Weekend at Bernie's.
Why am I picturing a really bad ventriloquist act to come?
The Brazilian woman, identified by local media as Erica de Souza Vieira Nunes, is reportedly
Wow, she has a lot of names.
asking the dead man to sign off a 4-figure loan. Uncle, are you listening? You have to sign it. I can't sign for you, she's heard saying. She added, sign here and stop giving me a headache, as she asked the lifeless man to hold the pen between his fingers.
You got to admit, woman was committed.
Takes a lot of chutzpah.
Or should be committed.
Bank staff apparently became suspicious and began filming the pair. One of them saying, he doesn't look well. He's very pale. And of course, it didn't help that she started moving his jaw and speaking in a high voice to placate things. No, I'm really feeling very well. I may go for a walk. You know, that kind of thing. Okay, she didn't do that, but I mean...
may go for a drag.
Workers at the bank called an ambulance, and paramedics later confirmed that Paulo Roberto Braga, 68, had died before being brought to the branch in a wheelchair. Your Honor, I rest my case.
And his, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's all rest in peace.
Well, I'm thinking of, what's the word I need? Chutzpah.
Right.
That's the definition right there.
And the only thing she can do now is throw herself at the mercy of the court saying, look, I'm also an orphan.
Oh, why do I want to be in the courtroom?
Awesome.
I just look up it was a thought, gave it a try, didn't work out. What can I say?
He's not any more dead. What are you going to charge me with?
Well, you could, I'm guessing, desecration of a body.
Oh, yeah. Well, and fraud, trying to get a loan.
That would be the biggie. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the jail. That's the big jail time coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I admire her chutzpah, if not her ventriloquism skills.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.